Hello everyone. In this episode, I'm showing how I make candles for my UCO lantern. I bought a piece of 1.25 inch tailpipe for a drain. I cut it into sections. I was able to order some wicks from Amazon. They come with a little wooden popsicle stick to hold them upright. And this is the candle I'm using for a sample and a pattern. In this video, I'm going to show 5 different ways to make these candles. In this one, I have that piece of pipe stuck into a pipe fitting, and I'm using a membrane that is a silicone baking sheet. Melting the wax on the stove in a common way. And I just start pouring the wax into the molds here. The big orange candle in the back, I was able to buy 2 of those big round solid wax candles at a thrift store for $2.50 a piece. I figure I'll get lots and lots of candles made out of that. After you pour the wax in, you have to kind of straighten the wick to get it to stand up straight. And they're a little bit shy of wax, and I'll make some more. This is the UCO candle. UCO is a name brand that's pretty popular. The cylinder comes out from the middle, and there's a spring inside that pops out, and the little metal disc at the end of the spring. You pop a candle in and put that spring in, and the spring is going to keep the candle moving upwards as it burns down. I've had this for 5 or 6 years, this candle, and I've used it a lot. I've gone through lots and lots of these candles, and they're kind of expensive. This one's been burned. You straighten the wick up, light it, slide the glass up, and you're good to go. You can see now that these are a little bit shy of having enough wax. I'll top those off. First, we're going to trim the wicks. Clip. And clip. I'll have to add some more wax to those. Then they look like this. This is another way to make a candle. This is the cylinder that comes out of the actual UCO candle. I used blue tape. Here's another way I'm going to make them, and that is just to spray some silicone on the candle, form the Play-Doh around it, and made a mold that way. And now none of my candles are coming out to be quite exactly the same shape as the original candle, but it doesn't matter as long as they're the right diameter and they fit in that cylinder. Now I'll form the top of this in such a way as to actually get the candle out of there, and then make it stand up pretty straight, and we'll be able to use this as a mold also. And there we go. Set him up and use him for a mold. When the wax is a little sloppy, that's dribbled off the can, not falling out. Now here's another way I'm making a candle, and that's just to take a piece of aluminum foil, form it around the sample candle, and we'll get it to stand up straight and make a candle that way. So we have the pipe fittings, and we have the cylinder out of the middle of the UCO candle, we have the aluminum foil, and we have the Play-Doh. That's 4. There's one more coming up that's actually the best. Saved it till the end. going to try to take them out. See that there? So this is a silicone baking sheet that I've put in the bottom of this. You can kind of see with this one what I did. Where's it at? There we go. You can see in this one what I did. Just stretched it over the bottom and then pushed it in to this pipe fitting that was just about the right size. And so I can push on this button down here, start to move that thing out. So I'm just pushing on that button and pushes it right up out of there. You get a hold of it little by little and pull it out of there. And pop, there we go. So there's the candle. So that's how those come out. Let's try the Play-Doh one here. Look at that. It's a little bit of a funny shape, isn't it? But that's okay. And the wax will just peel off of this Play-Doh on the outside too. I'll mess with that later. So, do you want to see the one in the foil? So I just took that foil and wrapped it around the candle. Well, that's not the prettiest girl at the dance, but it's all right. Again, it's a little bit funny shaped, but I bet it'll straighten out and I'll be able to make it stand up. So this one here then is in the cylinder that's for the UCO candle, and I taped the inside and then taped the bottom shut. And then I wrap this around, and it did leak a little bit, but I just put a little in the bottom and let it set up. Put the wick in it. Let the wick set up. This candle did come out of that cylinder after it dried for a while. The candle kind of shrinks a little bit, and it came out real easy. I didn't get that on video though. Actually made the best looking candle of them all. And it's not budging. I think I'll stick that one in the freezer and see if it'll change shape a little bit. And while I was at it, I just poured some of that wax into a container that I had. I stuck 3 wicks in there, just for fun. Now this is the 5th way to make the candle, and I had to step outside to do this part because the silicone is pretty smelly. I wouldn't want to do this in the house. Now the way I'm doing this is unloading the whole tube of silicone into this bucket of warm water, not really very hot, not very cold. And I'm using this caulk gun. Maybe you've never seen one before, but it actually splits the tube. And it's a newer style of caulk gun, doesn't really matter. But all of the silicone goes in the bucket, and then I add Dawn soap, and I don't want to splash it around. I don't want to make bubbles. I'm wearing a glove so that I can handle this material and actually use it and form it to make the form for the candle. I'm spraying it with something like WD-40, and that should make it release better.
Right there.
I formed it, stuck it in this plastic bottle with the candle in there, and the candle is right inside of the middle of that, and you can barely tell it. And now we're going to just, after it dried a while, cut the plastic bottle off and be able to pull out what's going to have a reusable form made out of silicone. And kind of being careful to not do anything to damage the form, but it's not perfect. You'll see when it comes out of here. And this is a plastic pop bottle, kind of a tall, slender.
Yes, I'm very sure. Okay.
And I'm just kind of inspecting it. I'll trim it up a little bit with scissors. It's soft, it's pliable. And in order to get that candle out, we have to do this, and that will actually create a form. So I don't want to cut the candle, I don't want to damage it, and I don't want to cut too far down here. Little by little, step by step, and we end up have to turn it around and do this and do that. And this knife is the perfect tool for it because it helps me to get that candle out of there. And there you see the candle, and let's cut it just a little bit more here to create an opening at the top. And we bring the candle out. Now this is my sample pattern candle, and there's my new form. This is the kind of pop bottle I used. I call it Fizzy Pop. It's an off-brand thing. Costs 60 cents or 66 cents at Walmart. And so I'm gonna make another plastic bottle cut off to use to slip that in there. There you see I have a new one because I destroyed the first one. And the candle is ready to pour. It's got a wick installed, and I kind of made a better can to pour the wax with so it's not quite as messy. Now that will shrink down inside there too, just like the others did. But there's my candle, and it's gorgeous, except the wick is off center. And now I like this idea so much, I went ahead and ordered another UCO candle. They were on Black Friday sale, and I like the one I have so much. I use it a lot. Thought I'll get a second one since I'm getting pretty cheap candles this way. And this is just the unboxing, and this one came with a neoprene sleeve to protect the candle. That's what this is right here. And it came also with a reflector inside that neoprene sleeve. Comes with a spare candle, and so it came with two candles, that reflector that goes on the back, and the whole candle housing itself, and that neoprene sleeve. And it was a pretty good deal for Black Friday sale. My first one, my red one, did not come with one of those reflectors. There's the instructions. This candle is black. My other one is red. Slide this glass down, and that's how you can light the candle right there. Slide the glass back up before it gets hot. And there's a hook on top so you can hang it. And I just have a sort of an improvised way here to show you how I want to hang it up. I usually hang it on a guy line or on my hammock somewhere, or on a table or something around my hammock setup. Makes it a wonderful, nice warm glow. And here I am on my work table, just showing you how I temporarily hooked it up. I like it so much. I wish I was showing you one of my homemade candles, but they burn really good. I've tried them. Thanks for watching. I wish you all the best.